राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव गोपी जन बल्लभ गिरधरि जय गोपी जन जय गोपी जन बल्लभ गिरधरि जय गोपी जन यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यशोदानन्दन यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यशोदानन्दन यमुनतीरावनचारि यमुनतीरावनचारि यमुनतीरा जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा हरे राम हरे राम जय प्रभुपद जय प्रभुपद प्रभुपद जय प्रभुपद जय प्रभुपद प्रभुपाद की जय श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय नारायण नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। Today reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 3, Chapter 11, Text number 23. निशावसानारब्धो लोककल्पोऽनुवर्तते यावादीनं भगवतो मनुन्भुञ्जं चतुर्दश निशावसानारब्धो लोककल्पोऽनुवर्तते यावद्दिनं भगवतो मनुन्भुञ्जं चतुर्दश निशावसानारब्धो लोककल्पोऽनुवर्तते यावद्दिनं भगवतो मनुन्भुञ्जं चतुर्दश
निशावसान आरब्धो
निशावसानारब्धो
लोककल्पो निवर्तते
लोककल्पोऽनुवर्तते
यावदीनं भगवतो
यावदीनं भगवतो
मनुर्भुञ्जं चतुर्दश
मनुर्भुञ्जं चतुर्दश निशावसानारब्धो लोककल्पोऽनुवर्तते यावदीनं भगवतो मनुर्भुञ्जं चतुर्दश निशावसानारब्धो लोककल्पोऽनुवर्तते यावदीनं भगवतो मनुर्भुञ्जं चतुर्दश Word by word, translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Nisa, night. Avasane, termination. Arabdha, beginning from. Lokakalpa, further creation of the three worlds. Anuvartate, follows. Yavat, until. Dinam, the daytime. Bhagavata, of the Lord Brahma. Manun, the Manus. Kunjan, existing through. Chaturdasa, 14. And after the end of Brahma's night, the creation of the three worlds begins again in the daytime of Brahma. And then they continue to exist throughout the life duration of 14 consecutive Manus or fathers of mankind. After the creation of the three worlds begins again and they continue to exist through the life duration of 14 consecutive Manus of mankind. How long Brahma lives and how long Brahma rules is what is explained here. When the Brahma's night is over and the day starts, that's when creation of the two worlds starts all over again. That is the daytime of Brahma. And then during the daytime, they continue to exist within the Brahma's daytime. 14 Manu come and go. So that's how the creation takes place. About 14 Manus, they come and 14 Manus, they rule and they go. That is the time of Brahma. At the end of life of each Manu, there are shorter devolution also. So each Manu leaves this planet, that time a shorter devolution like this. Only the leaving behind the Brahmaloka, Satyaloka, Maharloka, Janaloka, these locals existing, and other locals are submerged in the water of devolution. So this kind of devolution also takes place. That is called the partial devolution. As for Brahma, Brahma's night is very long. Brahma's daytime is also very long. One day of Brahma is 14 minutes, 10,000 yuga cycles. When 10,000 yuga cycles rotate, that time is the Brahma. the Sahasra Yuga Pariyanta. Thousands, right? 1,000 Yuga cycles when it rotates, that's the Brahma's daytime. The same as long as with the Brahma cycle. 624. Swam samkalam manurbhumte sarikam hoka saptatim. Each and every Manu enjoys a life of a little more than 71 sets of 4 million years. So 71 sets of 4 million years. 4 million years is the life of one Manu. The duration of life of Manu comprises 71 sets of 4 million years. As described in the Vishnu Purana, the duration of life of one Manu is about 852,000 years in the calculation of the demigods, or in the calculation of human beings, 306, 720,000 years. It's very long. It's just beyond our calculation with how they live. So 71 sets of 4 millenniums. Satya Treta Dwapar Kali. When 72 times they repeat that long is the Manu's life. 71, right? 71 times when they repeat that long is the Manu that lives. And then within the day of Brahma, 14 Manu come and go. So that's how Brahma's life his life is very long. 7 Manu is going on, right? There is 7 more to come to in the Brahma day. Manvantare Sumanava Tadvamsa Risaya Sura Avanti Taiva Yuga Pat Suresa Stanuye Satan. Translation. After the dissolution of each and every Manu, the next Manu comes in order, along with his descendants, who rule over the different planets. But the 7 famous sages and demigods like Indra and their followers, such as the Gandharvas, all appear simultaneously with the Manu. This is how they arrange the time and who rules the planet are explained. After each Manu, after each dissolution, the next Manu comes. And with the Manu comes his descendants, like the sages, demigods, they rule over the different planets. 7 famous sages and demigods like Indra and their followers, such as Gandharvas, they all appear along with the Manu. So each time Manu changes, Indra also changes. Indra and demigods and sages. The sages who rule the 7 planetary system, Saptarshi, they also change, and also Indra and other demigods, they also change every time Manu changes. Manu changes 14 times during the day of Brahma. They have followers like Gandharvas, Naras, Ekshas, Ishvara, various kind of living beings are there. They all change according to different Manus. There are 14 Manus in one day of Brahma, and each of them has different descendants. So you can clearly see how different Manus have their own descendants. Text 26. एष दैनन्दिन सर्गो ब्रह्मस्त्रैर्लोक्यवर्तन तिर्यन्नि पितृदेवानां सम्भवो यत्र कर्मभिः. In the creation during Brahma's day, the three planetary systems, Swarga, Martha and Patal revolved. And the inhabitants, including the lower animals, human beings, demigods and Pitars, appear and disappear in terms of their Putic activities. During the day of Brahma, three planetary systems like Swarga, Martha and Patal evolved. And there they just appear uh, during the day of Brahma. And then inhabitants like the lower animals, which we see every day, human beings, demigods, pitris, they all appear and also they all disappear according to their typical activities. So during the day of Brahma, everything it revolves, and then at the night time, everything is dissolved again, goes in water. So this is how it is set into motion. Like day of Brahma, everything develops. When the day of Brahma ends, everything is diluted. Right now is the day of Brahma going on. मन्वन्तरेषु भगवान् बिभ्रत्सत्त्वं स्वमूर्तिभिः मन्वादिभिरिदं विश्वो मवत्युदीरुत् विश्वो मवत्युदितपौरुष. In each and every change of Manu, the Supreme Personality of Godhead appears by manifesting his internal potency in different incarnations, as Manu and others. Thus, he maintains the universe by discovered power. So, these Manus and others are also kind of incarnation of God. In the form of Manu and others, he himself appears because the post of Manu is very high. He rules the entire planetary system. So here this verse tells that the Lord himself appears by manifesting his eternal potency in different incarnations as Manu and others. His own energy he applies and appears as Manu and many others. And this way he maintains and discovers the power. Various Manus and demigods, Indra, Chandra, Surya, these various demigods and other lower animals and everything. He himself manifests because unless Supreme Lord enters their core of the heart, they can't wake up from the sleeping state. So in fact, Lord himself runs this entire show by entering in everyone's heart. So this way he maintains the universe. Although Manu and many various living beings appear, but it is also to be understood that it is God who is doing it. तमो मात्रामुपादाय प्रतिसंवृत्त विक्रम कालेनानुगता शेष आस्ते तुष्टिंदिनाते. At the end of the day, under the magnificent portion of the mode of darkness, the powerful manifestation of the universe merges in the darkness of night. By the influence of eternal time, the innumerable living entities remain merged in that dissolution, and everything is silent. When the day is over, then a insignificant portion of the mode of darkness, a small portion of darkness, the powerful manifestation of the universe merges in the darkness of night. The entire creation of 14 planetary system with its inhabitants, they all merge in the night of Brahman. And their innumerable living entities all merge in with that dissolution. And then everything is very silent. During the day, everything, so many words, so many things, so many creations, how many things we do during the day of Brahma. But when the night comes, everybody is helplessly annihilated. They all merge in the water of the dissolution and everything is silent. So this is how Lord cleans the house. When so many unwanted things start, then dissolution has to come. So like Kali Yuga comes at the end of the 4 yugas past. So that time again we annihilate everything, either by killing the demons or by isolating the old. We cleanse the house, and then again it starts all over again after the day, night of Brahma. Shri Radha Madhava Hari ki jai, Vinaji Gopal ki jai, Shri Gaur Nitai ki jai. This verse is an explanation of the night of Brahma, which is the effect of the influence of time in touch with the insignificant portion of mode of material nature in darkness. If this verse tells the Brahma's night, what happens at the night of Brahma. When the night comes of Brahma, everything is helplessly annihilated. They all merge in the darkness of night. They sleep. Everybody is deluded and everybody sleeps in the mode of ignorance. The dissolution of the three world is affected by the incarnation of darkness. Rudra, represented by the fire of eternal time, which blazes over the three worlds. At the time of dissolution, from the mouth of Sankarsana, a great fire starts, and that fire devastates the three worlds. That time, Rudra is dancing. The Rudra incarnation of the Lord, it dances, and this way it resolutes the three worlds. And this eternal fire, this fire from the mouth of Lord Sankarsana burns the three worlds. These three are known as the Bhu, Bhuva, and Shwa, Patala, Martha, and Swarga. So these three planets are called Bhulok, Bhuvalok, and Swargalok, or Patalalok, Martalok, and Swargalok. So these three come into existence when the day of Brahma comes, and when the day of Brahma is over, they all have to see they are merged in the darkness. The innumerable living entities merge into that dissolution, which appears to be the dropping of the curtain of the scene of the Supreme Lord's energy, and so everything becomes silent. So innumerable living entities, they all merge in that dissolution water, which appears to be dropping of the curtain of the scene. Just like when the play is over, they drop the curtain. The same way, uh, then all the play is stopped. The same way, this night of Brahma is the dropping of the curtain, where everything is silent. Nobody has, is able to do anything, but they have they just merge in the dissolution water, and finally they remain silent. Samibanbo vidiyente loka buradayastraya nisayam anubhittayam nirmukta saksi bhaskaram. When the night of Brahma ensues, all the three worlds are out of sight, and the sun and the moon are without glare, just as in the due course of an ordinary night. This is something new here. It tells that when the night starts, sun and moon have no more glare. Daytime, how the sun is glaring, so heat, so much heat. But when the night, Brahma's night starts, sun and moon remains, but they have no more glare. And then the three worlds are out of sight. Now it is manifested. There is earth, there is air, biomandal, and then there are living entities all in the ground. But when the night falls, not there is the earth, not there are living entities, not there are forests and mountains. Nothing is there, but except sun and moon. Sun and moon remains, but the sun and moon has no more glare. There is no heat and light. This is how pralaya, the dissolution takes place. Just like, just as in the due course of an ordinary night. In the ordinary night, there is no light. Only in the full moon night there is a light, and also when the daytime comes, there is a light. But in ordinary night, there is no light. There is a moon, but it has no light. That the glare of the sun and moon disappear from the sphere of the three worlds. At the time of dissolution, the sun and moon glare is no more. But the sun and moon themselves do not vanish. They exist but without any glare. They appear in the remaining portion of the universe which is beyond the sphere of the three worlds. The portion in dissolution, the portion in dissolution remains without sun rays or sun moon glow. So the universe merged in the dissolution, and that time everything is disappeared. But only thing that remains is the sun and moon. But sun and moon don't disappear, but they have no power. They don't. There is no light and heat. But the sun and moon is beyond the sphere of the three worlds. They, they are not counted among the three worlds. Everything is dissoluted. The three worlds are dissoluted, but the sun and moon remain even at the time of dissolution. The portion in dissolution remains without sun rays or moon glow. So there is no more glowing, but they remain. It all remains dark and full of water, and there are indefatigable winds, as explained in the following verses. There is no sun's light and heat, and there is no glowing of the moon. They just remain there, but without any light. It is all dark, remains in the dark and full of water. Is that dark? It has water. Sun and moon is full of water. And this is the wind. But wind remains, and wind kind of constantly blows very high at the time of pralaya. The water is there, distributed all over the universe, and then there the wind also constantly blowing. And the sun and moon there is water only. त्रिलोक्यं दह्यमानायं सत्या सङ्कर्षणाग्निना यन्त्युष्मणमहर्लोकात् जनं भृग्बाधयोदिताः. The devastation takes place due to the fire emanating from the mouth of Sankarsana. And thus great sages like Bhrigu and other inhabitants of Maharloka transport themselves to Janaloka, being distressed by the warmth of the blazing fire which ranges through the 3 worlds below. So the devastation takes place. And why it takes place? Because the fire is emanating from the mouth of Lord Sankarsana at the bottom of the universe. The Lord Sankarsana in the form of great snake, is, he becomes angry of the living entities. And they don't take Bhagavatam very seriously. He is holding the universe, but after even holding for such long time, all living entities don't take the devotional service seriously. So the Lord Sankarsana becomes angry, and the fire is emanated from his mouth. That fire burns the 3 worlds. Yeah, 14 worlds are within the 3 worlds. 3 is the main divisions, but if you go into the deeper, Patala Loka. Lower planet Patala Loka, the higher planet Aswarga Loka. And the 7 islands are Bhulokas. So the Lord emanates the fire, and when this fire burns the 3 worlds, the fire is so emanates so much heat that Bhrigu Rishi and other rishis who live in Maharloka, they can't tolerate the fire, and they go to Janaloka, which is little higher. So the fire burns so high in the 3 worlds below the Janaloka, and then from Maharloka, Bhrigu Rishi and others distressed by the fire, they go to Janaloka. All others are burned, and everybody is burned to ashes, and everybody dissolved in the devastation water. But the rishis, great sages like Bhrigu Muni and others, they, they don't die, but because of the great fire that is producing such a heat from one, and then from one planet they go a higher planet. This way they save themselves. Savitri Bhuvanam Sadya Kalpantai Dhita Sindhava Plavayantyut Kataturpa Sandavate Viturmaya. At the beginning of the devastation, all the seas overflowed, and hurricane wind blew very violently. Thus the waves of the sea become ferocious, and in no time all the three worlds are full of water. How devastation takes place is explained that what happens? The ocean overflows. Right now, ocean doesn't cross its limits. Otherwise, if it crosses all the world, all the big cities like Los Angeles, San Diego, San Francisco, Seattle, New York, these kind of cities, Miami. So all the cities that are by the ocean, they they remain as it. But at the time of dissolution, the ocean comes out of the ocean limit and dilute the entire world. It overflows the water. Sometimes they say, oh, there is a danger that ocean water is going to come. But until time comes, it's not going to come. When the time for dissolution has to start, that is the time the ocean overflows. Beginning of devastation, all the seas overflow. And at the same time, hurricane winds blow very violently. That is the time when dissolution takes place. That wind blows and while the water continually overflows, the wind continually blows violently. And this way the waves of the ocean become ferocious and in no time at all the three worlds are full of water. Propelled by the wind, ferocious wind, the water just continually increases, and in this way, all the three worlds are merged in water.
कहाँ से है?
हवा में रहता है, हवा is there in the universe. जैसे अभी हवा है, that wind that we have now, that wind remains, and when the wind continually flows, uh, the water waves continually overflow all over the universe and continually it submerged, entire world is merged into within the water. It is said that the blazing fire from the mouth of Sankarsana rages for 100 years of the demigods, or 36,000 human years. So we can see how it's a long time the fire continually burns the universe. 36,000 years it burns. It's not one day or 2 day or a month or a year. The 36,000 years a fire continually burning the world. Then for another 36,000 years there are torrents of rain, accompanied by violent winds and waves, and the seas and oceans, oceans overflow. 36,000 years is the heat, and 36,000 years is the rain, continuous rain, non-stop rain. These reactions of 72,000 years are the beginning of the partial devastation of the three worlds. People forget all these devastations of the world and think themselves happy in the material progress of civilization. This is called Maya, or that which is not. People don't care whether devastation takes place or don't take place. whether we should know about the universe or not, don't need to know. But a knowledgeable person is aware, quite aware of how how the devolution takes place. That 36,000 years continuous fire blowing and 36,000 years continuous rain and continuous overflow of the ocean. Total 72,000 years it continues, and this way everything is merged in the water of devolution. Nobody cares about this, but it is a knowledge that person should know how the Lord cleans the house. And then here Prabhupada said, this is since we feel happy without knowing the spiritual knowledge, and that kind of happiness is Maya, that which is not truth, not based on truth, mm, but thinking this is the reality is what is called the Maya, that which is not.
Cleansing the heart.
Yeah,
What is not
cleansing the world
fine? How is it doing?
by emanating the fire. Fire,
Yeah, I know that. But after dissolution, still living into it are merged into the dissolution water or whatever. Lot. Within
yeah,
the lot there goes.
yeah,
That is what is cleanses. Again, going to this creation and then again they will become and whatever their past activities karma and as they are this soul collective to this work.
yeah, yeah.
And how is cleansing the heart? What is
Cleansing
that?
the body, cleansing the universe when it's dissoluted.
No, again I have to create and
Yeah,
how is
again create but new progress. The new when everything immersed in water, everything is clean. Now it's dirty. Look at the cars, factories, everything. This is dirty house. So when you dilute it cleans the house. Everything merged in the body of God, and at the end, again Satya Yuga starts. So that's a clean house. Satya Yuga, there is no dirty factories and many other dirty things that we do in today's world. There is no such roads and things. Everything man has created is all dirty. So when everything is annihilated, everything merges in the water, and then water also changes into air, air changes into earth, and like this. When everything is clean, everything merges in the body of God, nothing remains, so everything is clean now. And Satya Yuga starts, a clean age.
because
Because Satya
not
Yuga
six
is clean age.
everything is combinations of this five things.
Yeah.
And how is this body and
Yeah.
material
Material progress, but
that
dirty
material
house means
progress
material
also
progress.
join together of these five materials. It's not yeah, not beyond this all things. That means no person has clean mind.
Yeah. Dirt is material progress. Like how many things are there that are not based on knowledge? Like making a road, making cars, so many factories, how much dust they create. So in Satya Yuga, these kind of things are not there. Satya Yuga is clean. People are all engaged full time following the religious principles. They don't do anything except the religious principles. So that's a clean age. And as the Treta Yuga, Dwapar Yuga, and Kali Yuga progresses, dirty things more and more. So that's how God annihilates and again it starts all over with his clean age. Now after this Kali Yuga, Satya Yuga is going to start when the Lord calls to kill all the demons.
Karma,
Karma does not clean. Karma, whatever karma individual have earned, it remains. But the
environment.
environment,
Now the environment, somebody is born, the whole environment is corrupt.
right, right.
That corrupt environment. It is a system. In Satyuga, I know that it is 4 millennium and then cleaning and again come back. And that means it, this process is going on. That means no clean and no.
Satya Yuga is a clean age. Isn't it a clean age where people follow the religious principles strictly from life to life, from birth to death? So that's a
No,
clean age.
in Satyuga also why it happening? So many avatars and everything. You can is there any point of view somewhere circles like that Satyuga? It's all cleaning process.
Well, Satya Yuga is clean because all beings they follow the principles of religion strictly from birth to death. So it's a clean age, Satya Yuga. It's a much more clean than what we have
That's more
today.
maybe that
Yeah,
is different. But
yeah, it's a clean age because people they don't engage in any activities. Most people, almost everybody, almost 100% of humanity engage in clean activities, following Shastra activities. Yes,
right now someone is born. This is how the real problem.
yes,
Find it relationship.
yes.
Environment.
Environment.
Everybody is engaged devotional service. Born, we also follow it.
Yeah, yeah.
Right now we were born with Kali.
Yes. The dissolution. Dissolution takes place after each Manu. Yeah. Partial dissolution takes place after each Manu is finished. Manu's lifetime is over. That time it will start. Manu, the ruler of the universe, when his life is over, he lives 72 yuga cycles. And after the 72 yuga cycles, his life is over. Then the dissolution, partial dissolution takes place.
Here is something called Brahma.
Yeah, Brahma's night. Yeah, 14 Manu. But that 14 Manu is the day of Brahma. But partial dissolution is when the Manu's life is over. New Manu comes, he has his own set of Indra, Chandra, then various demigods. Everything is new. But as for dissolution, partial dissolution is Manu's lifetime. The complete dissolution is Brahma's lifetime. When Brahma is 100 years, that time even Brahma Loka and everything is merged. Hare Krishna. श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, शिल प्रभुपाद की जय.